Aussies edge India on day one of Healy's last test. Australia dismissed India for 198 on day one of the day-night test in Perth as Healy began her final match as captain of the hosts. Australia closed on 96-3 in reply, trailing by 102 runs, with Healy, who will retire from all formats after the series, falling for 13 at the Waka. All-rounder Annabelle Sutherland starred with the ball, taking 4-46, while left-arm fast bowler Lucy Hamilton impressed on her test debut by claiming 3-31. After losing the toss, India slipped to 107-5, but Jemima Rodriguez compiled a defiant 52 to prevent her side being skilled. In reply, Australia openers Georgia Volume 50, 2, and Phoebe Litchfield, 9, both made single-figure scores to leave the hosts 31-2, bringing Healy to the crease. She started to rebuild alongside Elise Perry before picking out Rodriguez at point-off Sayali Sakar as the Aussies fell to 58-3. However, Perry remains unbeaten on 43 and Sutherland is 20 not out as Australia will look to build a first-innings lead on day 2 of the 4-day game. On a golden morning at the iconic Sydney Cricket Ground, cricket carried the feeling of both a contest and a farewell. Day 1 of the final test of Australian captain Healy's career unfolded with tension, emotion, and a fiercely fought battle between Australia women's national cricket team and the India women's national cricket team. By stumps, Australia held a slight edge, but the day belonged just as much to the legacy of their departing leader. A morning filled with meaning. The crowd arrived early, draped in green and gold, knowing they were witnessing the final chapter of one of Australian cricket's most spirited players. Healy, known for her fearless batting and sharp wicket-keeping, stepped onto the field not just as captain but as a symbol of a golden era in Australian women's cricket. India, however, had no intention of playing the role of sentimental spectators. Led by determination and tactical discipline, they looked ready to challenge the hosts from the very first ball. Australia won the toss and chose to bat, hoping to give their captain a memorable stage on which to close her test career. Early Indian strike. The Indian bowlers began with precision and patience. The new ball moved just enough under the morning clouds to keep Australia cautious. Soon, the pressure paid off. An early breakthrough from India sent one of Australia's openers back to the pavilion, quieting the crowd momentarily. The Indian fielders erupted with energy, sensing an opportunity to seize control. But Australia is a side built on resilience. Healy's moment at the crease. When Healy walked in, the stadium rose in applause. Even the Indian players offered a brief nod of respect to a cricketer who has shaped modern women's cricket. True to her character, Healy didn't retreat into caution. She attacked. Cuts behind point, powerful pulls, and quick running between the wickets brought life back into the Australian innings. For a while, it felt as if the captain wanted to script her farewell with a flourish. Yet India's bowlers refused to let the game slip. A cleverly disguised delivery eventually found the edge of Healy's bat, sending the ball safely into the keeper's gloves. The dismissal silenced the crowd before they quickly rose again, applauding a courageous innings from their captain. Healy walked back slowly, acknowledging the cheers, perhaps aware that each step was bringing her closer to the end of a remarkable journey. The middle order rebuild. After the captain's departure, Australia needed stability. Their middle order responded with grit rather than glamour. Partnerships formed in small but crucial bursts. Singles were nudged, boundaries carefully selected, and the scoreboard kept moving. India kept fighting back with disciplined bowling spells and sharp fielding. Every run required effort. As the afternoon sun hardened the pitch, batting gradually became easier. Australia's batters capitalized, pushing their total toward a competitive position. Still, India ensured they never completely lost control. Timely wickets prevented the hosts from building the massive total they might have hoped for. India's brief reply. Late in the day, India faced a tricky passage of play when Australia finally declared or lost their final wicket near the close. The Australian bowlers attacked immediately, sensing a chance to press home their slight advantage. The Indian openers approached the challenge cautiously. Every ball under fading light carried danger. One breakthrough arrived before stumps, giving the Australian side a small but meaningful psychological advantage heading into day two. A day of cricket and memories. Statistically, the day may show a narrow Australian lead, but emotionally, it meant far more. For nearly a decade, Healy has been one of the most electrifying figures in world cricket. From fearless centuries to lightning-fast stumpings, she helped redefine what aggressive women's cricket looks like. Her final test was never going to be just another match. It was a celebration of courage, leadership, and joy for the game. The contest continues. Despite Australia edging ahead on day one, the match remains delicately balanced. India's bowlers proved they can dismantle Australia's batting order, while their batters still have plenty of time to respond. Day two promises fresh drama. Will India seize control? Will Australia extend their advantage? Or will the farewell of Healy become the defining story of a memorable test match? As the sun set over the Sydney cricket ground, one thing was certain. This test was already more than a contest. It was a tribute to a captain whose passion helped elevate the sport.